Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another race weekend. Today in Canada, weather is looking good, so let's go through the standings while the drivers are taking off. Driver standings looks really close and looks good for the end of the season. So El Tracker is leading at 105 points. Face Pantera not too far behind at 95 points. SF Rock 84 points in third place. Herbie coming up in fourth, 79 points. Michael Tibb, who dropped down a bit at 72 points. Too Late at 62 points. Lenzi 61. Tom H 60. Gomez, his teammate in the Red Bull, at 54. Stan at 46. Michael 45. Del Gizu at 39. Lenikovsky 33. NLR Immortal 28. Wesley 26. Sammy Jensen 25. Arjan 22. Apollo at 21. Bowiness also at 21. Rozzy 15. Rozzy 15, No Jog 14, Quinna 14, Nathaniel 13, and Max at 0. Constructors standing is looking good for Mercedes as they are leading after 6 races at 151 points. Aston Martin 134 points. AlphaTauri 124 points, Ferrari 117 points, Red Bull 114, Alpine 93, McLaren 61, Williams 58, Alfa Romeo at 40, and Haas at 34. On board right now with No Jog, hoping to get a lap at maybe a minute 9 for a banker and a low minute 8 for a really good lap. So wonder what we're gonna get at the start. Really hard track. I mean, if you want to get a good time, you need to be always on the line and while you're on the line, you're really close to an invalidation. So No Jog sets a 094. Who's gonna come next? Should be a Sammy Jensen 9.6. Gomez with a 9.3. Other Red Bull at a 9.5. El Tracker 9 flat. That's what we want to get. Lanzi a banker lap 10.2 phase 12. Michael Tibb with a 9.7. I missed, I think, Sammy Jensen with a 9.6. Bowiness banker lap. Let's go on board with Herbie. Stan should be crossing the line anytime soon. Stan with a 9 flat as well. 907. Only 100 only a few thousands behind El Tracker's lap, so really looking good for Mercedes. And Herbie kisses the wall and also invalidates while he touched the wall of champions. Coming at the Senna corner. So who's up next? Lenikovsky trying to set a lap. SF Rock, the only one trying to set a lap on a medium, so we'll keep an eye on that. And Face Pantera went with a 9.1. So putting the pressure on El Tracker really wide at the hairpin for Lenikovsky. He's gonna lose a lot of time. And is he still pushing? Yeah, he is, I think. Almost kisses the wall here, but Gets every track he can, all the track he can, and sets a 9.8. What about his teammate on the mediums? 9.5. So really good lap on the mediums for SF Rock. I don't think anyone else is on a push lap. So we'll just have to wait that another driver comes in. What about Boiness? Not on a push lap. Invalidates. Phase going in the pits. SF Rock looks like he's pushing still. Maybe he's just in a hurry to get in the pits. Oh, a bit of a rear snap. Oh, he's gonna have to abort this one as we get a... Oh, Alfa Romeo is on the outlap. So, but I was about to say that the Red Bulls are both out for a second attempt. Sammy Jensen testing the brakes, maybe trying to get the temperature up in his brakes. And I think he's... That was really close. Alright, so he's good. Because if you invalidate at the chicane, I mean, you're pretty much done for the other lap. Purple Sector 1 for Sammy Jensen, who raced in Tier 2 just before this race. Don't think it went so well for him today. Clearly isn't happy with his performance in Tier 2, so maybe he's looking to redeem himself. In Tier 1. It hits the wall and a lot of time lost while doing so. So next should be the Red Bulls. Gomez invalidates, so we'll stay on board with Tom H, who hasn't front wing camera. Always looking good. Tom H improving at the end of Sector 2 by 1/10. Getting a bit of slipstream from his teammate, but his teammate moves out of the racing line. Don't know why. Could have helped him. And Tom H invalidates at the chicane. So next is Michael Tibb, but Michael also invalidates. So No Jog will be next to cross the line. A 10.5 up on his previous time. Has to be careful, and it's the Wall of Champions. Who's on a hot... Maybe Mercedes. Invalidation for Stan. It's gonna be Herbie next. Also an invalidation, so El Trucker kisses the wall. And it's gonna be a good one, and yes, he... Indeed. 9.053, so really close up top. No one has set a time under 09 yet. Boiness validates. Gomez looking to improve. Improves his time, but not in place. Michael Tibb maybe? Looking good, and it's a 9.4. And Ferrari are working together. SF Rock gave Lenikovsky a nice toe. So both Ferraris are working together, and Lenikovsky sets a 9.6. We'll stay on board with the other Ferrari driver as, whoa, Lanzi cut the corner. Trying to... what is he doing? I mean... dude, what the fuck? He was clearly trying to not get in the way of his teammate and give him a toe. And that's what you get, mate. I mean, you don't do that. While Face Pantera now takes provisional pole at a 08.7. So first driver to set a time under a minute and 9 seconds. So front wing damage for Lenikovsky. Cutting the corners. And Lanzi invalidates. Oh, maybe bonus. Nope. Stay on board with Sami, I think. And Lanzi already invalidates. So Sami improving by only a small margin in Sector 1. And SF Rock goes with a 09.014. So goes in front of El Trucker. And Sami improves a lot in Sector 3 and sets a 9.2. Next one should be an AlphaTauri, I think. Yep. And Herbie crosses the line with the 09.3. So Sten invalidates at the chicane. On board with Herbie, looking to improve. Sets a purple Sector 1 and hits the wall. And I think he got wing damage, but I'm not sure. Let's go on board. Who's on a hot lap? Validation. Well, Tom H. As a Haas cuts the corner. Oh, that was an Alfa Romeo, my bad. And Tom H goes with the 9.3. Lanzi almost a second up on his previous time, a bit wide at the hairpin. Has a lot of work to do if he wants to get a good spot on the grid. Really careful here at the chicane. And Lanzi sets a 9.447, only 5 thousandths behind Nojog. So Tom H. Last chance. A minute left in quali here in Canada. And Tom H improves 9.268. Let's go on board with FaZe Pantera. Oh, he's not looking. It's not looking good for FaZe on this lap. Is he gonna have enough time to cross the line? I think he will. SF Rock invalidates. Oh, and it's over for Tom. Oh, and Bowinas misses his breaking point. Michael Tibb invalidates. So both Alfa Romeo. Oh, what? I mean, what were they doing? Aren't they supposed to work together? That was a bit chaotic. Gomez crosses the line with the 09.1. So P5 at the moment. Can Linikovsky improve? No, he can't. What about El Trucker? I think he invalidates. So that's over for him. So we'll be up to Stan on the mediums. And Stan goes with the 8.897 on the mediums. Wow. What a lap. So he's gonna start on the mediums. That will give him a big advantage, I think. Unless it's raining, I mean, there's no point, but why would he go on the mediums if it was to rain at the start of the race? So just waiting on the timer, maybe. So that's it for qualification here in Canada. So FaZe gets pole position, followed by Stan on the mediums, who was flying. Third place, it's SF Rock, El Trucker, Ford, Gomez, P5, Sammy Jensen, P6, Tom H, P7, Herbie, P8, Bowiness, P9, Michael Tip, P10, Nojog, P11, Lenzi, P12, Lenikovsky, P13, Rijad, P14, with no time. So, who are you cheering for in today's race? I mean, FaZe is looking good, but Stan is looking even better. Weather is perfect. So Farico cheering for Mercedes, as I think they are leading in the overall standings. So let's go with the pit stop strategy. So it's a two-stopper. Unless the drivers decides to do differently, but and it all depends as well on the amount of safety cars we get. Hope we get none. That would be good. So let's go on tire strategy. Oh, and only one driver in the back 10 is starting on the medium, so two drivers will start this race on the medium, so Stan will have to push because he's gonna get pressure from behind by El Trucker and Sammy Gomez as well. Gomez and Sammy Jensen. So he's gonna have to stick with FaZe Pantera and just follow him if he can. But once again, I think it's going to be like FaZe Pantera alone against two Mercedes. Oh, and Michael Tibb has some issues, I think, with his connection. Let's get a good view at the race start. 5 lights, and lights are off, and away we go in Canada, and it's a pretty good start for El Trucker. Stan, I mean, on the mediums, has to go a bit wide, a bit of contact between him and FaZe Pantera. El Trucker not too far behind, but really, really good start by Stan, who had to go wide a bit at turn 1. Not a lot happens behind. Looks to be clean. Rijad got the job done on Michael Tibb. Well, Michael had a connection issue, so I think it was his AI who was driving. And now El Trucker and Sammy Jensen are having a fight, coming at the hairpin, while there's an Alpha Tori sending it on the inside of Herbie. That was a bold move by Gomez. And now chasing down Sammy Jensen. Bowiness now having a fight with a No Jug. And really good. Oh, and SF Rock goes for a move on 2 drivers at once. And now Herbie is fighting with the other Red Bull driver, Tom H. So a lot of action in the first 2 laps of this race. Stan fighting to stay in the DRS range of Face Pantera, who's on a different strategy. Looks like he's gonna lose it. Now Lanzi putting the pressure on No Jug. Oh, and team order between El Trucker and Stan as they switch his position on the straight. And that's fair play because El Trucker is on soft. And they don't want Face to pull away from them. So a big DRS train behind El Trucker. Can he get in the second of Face Pantera? Don't think he will, as we get the first yellow, and that's Michael Tibb who spun at the end of Sector 1. And everybody is in the DRS range. But while I say so, Gomez just slips behind Sammy Jensen. Can he get back though before the detection point? Or he's gonna have to defend. So really good strategy by both Mercedes to switch up in position. And I think Gomez... Oh, no, he didn't get DRS. Unfortunate for him. So yeah, El Trucker will just pull Stan with him on the mediums, and I think it's gonna be really good for him. And now Gomez is defenseless against SF Rock, who's right at the door, while Lenikovsky is the first driver to pick up a time penalty. Michael Tibb is in the pits, getting a wing change for sure, as he was sideways on the track. And isn't looking great for Michael in the last few races. And Gomez light is already flashing. Wow, he drained his battery while Herbie almost side by side with SF Rock, but went behind. And I think we're gonna get a first VSC. No, that's Bowiness hitting the wall. I think he touched the wall of champions and bounced back. Or maybe just lost the rear end. But Bowiness loses his entire front wing and will have to go in the pit at the end of this lap. So I think SF Rock is gonna make his move on the Casino Straight right after the airpin. Oh, and Herbie's not too far behind. Are they gonna go too wide? Herbie following him through. And that's going to be enough. While Gomez goes in the pit, Rijad goes in the pits. And both SF Rock and Herbie went in front of Gomez. 4 drivers are in the pits now. Trying maybe the undercut. Don't know how many laps those softs could go for, but I think you could stretch them a bit more than that. And Bowiness trying to go to the end on hards. Now Herbie, really aggressive behind SF Rock. Is he gonna go for a move now? I don't think he will. And maybe El Trucker will go for a move. And yes, he does. Has to cut the chicane though, and a bit of a snap from Face Pantera, which leaves the door wide open for Stan to go in front of him. So 2 places lost for Face Pantera to both Mercedes. But I think El Trucker got a warning when he got the job done on Face. And now the other Red Bull is in the pit. Both Bulls are on the mediums, and Nikovsky's on the mediums as well. Rijad going a bit aggressive on the softs. Michael as well on the mediums. So a bit of a lockup by Stan here. And yes, Mercedes are looking good today. And when are we gonna see the front runners go in the pits? Is it going to be time? No, it's not. I think FaZe will go in. So going for the undercut. Has no choice, I think. As Stan is getting slowed down by his own teammate. I think the softs are starting to struggle now for grip. So FaZe goes for the medium, Sammy Jensen goes for mediums as well. And luckily, they are not in traffic, they are in clean air. Ending up in front of the 2 Red Bulls. And Stan trying to close the gap between him and his teammate. Are they gonna switch position? Is El Trucker gonna go in? I think it will. So El Trucker leaves the place to his teammate. And El Trucker still continues trying to stretch those soft tires. Is he gonna go for a one stop? Is it even doable? No jog. Goes for the mediums. One driver is on hards, and it's a Bowiness. So not a lot of fight on track at the moment. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I've tried it in Canada to do a one stop. SF Rock 3 seconds behind El Chalker. And now Sammy Jensen putting the pressure on Face Pantera as they exchange the fastest lap of this race. Now Sammy Jensen picks up a 3-second time penalty. So he's pushing really hard. Now Lanzi catching up to Herbie. Oh, and Lanzi struggles to get the grip at the exit of the hairpin. And I think would have been a good moment to launch an attack, but maybe he's gonna go here as SF Rock is entering the pits. What is he gonna go for? And SF Rock goes for the medium, so he's going for 2-stop as Race Control announced that Tom H is getting a 3-second time penalty now. Oh, and SF Rock ending up in traffic. Barely in front of Tom H. And just behind Gomez. So Herbie also looking at the one-stop strategy. So better exit now for Lenzi, who needs to get the job done against Herbie. Herbie not defending, he knows that Lenzi is faster right now. Lanzi moves in P3 at the moment. And now Sammy Jensen not too far behind Face Pantera. And SF Rock putting the pressure on Gomez. Fresher tires will give him an advantage, I think. And look how close they are. Late braking by SF Rock. And at the back, I think we got a fight between Michael Tibb and Bowiness. And I think it's going to be time for SF Rock to go in front of Gomez while El Trucker goes in the pits and goes for the mediums. SF Rock now in front of Gomez. And now Sammy Jensen launches an attack on Face Pantera, both side by side, but Face goes behind. And he's gonna get DRS on the next straight. Gomez picks up a 3-second time penalty. So Face Pantera with DRS now. And he's gonna get the advantage in the Casino Straight. And good exit. Michael Tibb now moves in front of Rijad. So Faye's not using his ERS. Now side by side with Sammy Jensen and moves in front of him. So really good move, late move. Herbie jumps in the pits. Oh, and Linikovsky is in trouble. Right after the center corners. Hope he doesn't have damage. No jog, right behind Tom H. No jog, really close behind Tom. Is he gonna go for a move here? I think he will. Who's gonna break first? And late braking by Tom, but No Jog will get the inside. So really good move by No Jog. And now SF Rock catching up to El Trucker. And FaZe went in front of Sammy Jensen, but I missed it. Sammy is gonna be too far behind. FaZe picks up a 3-second time penalty now. Is Sammy gonna go for a late braking move? No, he can't. SF Rock can't as well. What about Tom H? Pushing 5% and late braking. A bit of a contact between him and No Jog. Trying to get his place back, but No Jog is still in front. Both of them are really low on ERS. And really good and aggressive fight between those two drivers. Sammy Jensen closing the gap behind FaZe Pantera. Tom H can't quite make the move. Is he going to be able now? Entering turn 1. Red light flashing. And No Jog going a bit wide. And El Trucker pushing to get in the DRS range of Sammy Jensen, while SF Rock has a look on the inside. Sammy Jensen launching an attack, a late braking move, but can't quite make it. And Tom H now moves in front of No Jog. Sammy Jensen picks up another 3-second time penalty. And now El Trucker will be able to defend against SF Rock. So really good battle going on between No Jog and Tom. And now Herbie joins the party. Sammy Jensen looking aggressive and a bit of a patience being shown by him. And now, no jog. And Tom H still having a fight. And now, Herbie has the RS on Tom. And it's all good for now. Can FaZe go in front of Lenzi now? He will get the RS really close. Not using ERS, so he's just waiting at the right place. Michael Tibb moves in front of Bowiness, and I think he's gonna go now. Late braking. Oh, and that was Sammy Jensen coming out of nowhere, and now side by side, two really aggressive drivers, and now Sammy Jensen moving in front of Lenzi. FaZe Pantera also gets in front. And now it will be up to El Trucker. So 3 places lost for Lenzi in like 3 corners. And doesn't look good as SFRock goes by with a better exit. Lenzi is on much older tires and can't really fight. FaZe Pantera picks up now another 3-second time penalty, and that's gonna cost him a lot at the end of this race. El Trucker is right behind him, his main rival. As Rijad is on the racing line, even though he gets blue flags. Now he moves away. Stan now goes in the pits. So hoping to get, what, 14 laps on softs? He has to pit once more, I think. I mean, 14 laps on the softs. Ooh, and Sammy Jensen spins and hands up sideways. So now, FaZe is in the lead, but El Trucker is looking aggressive behind him. So Stan comes out in 5th place on fresh softs, but I think he's gonna have to pit once more. El Trucker. Ooh! And front wing damage for FaZe Pantera as El Trucker and FaZe both collided just before the chicane and the Wall of Champions. At least FaZe was at the pit entry, but wow, really unlucky. And a lot of drivers are pitting now for fresh mediums with 14 laps to go. And Herbie goes for softs as El Trucker cuts the corner. Feeling the pressure coming from behind by SFRock. Now FaZe is on charge. Fresh mediums. Right behind Gomez. Trying to set up his move. And Stan goes in front of Lenzi while Lenzi goes in the pits. Stan with the fastest lap now. On fresh softs. And it should be good for FaZe Pantera. Yep, Gomez comes right back behind. Lanzi going for softs. SF Rock pushing, trying to keep in touch with El Trucker, leader of this race after 23 laps. Michael Tibb and Lenikovsky jumps in the pits. Mediums and softs. So I think we're gonna get a lot of action for the end of this race. Herbie stuck behind Bowiness. Now SF Rock really close behind a trucker, and Herbie now moves in front. Is he gonna get DRS? Yes, he is. So really good move. Lanzi gets the fastest lap so far. 110.9. Gomez struggling to keep up with FaZe pace. Oh, and SF Rock moves in front of El Trucker. Oh, SF Rock goes in the pits. So going for fresh softs. Which leaves both Mercedes at the top. Where is gonna SF Rock come? And ends up in front of Lanzi and FaZe Pantera, but both have a lot of penalties. So that leaves the door wide open for SF Rock. On a really good strategy. But can he close the gap? "13 seconds behind." Well, 10 seconds behind Stan. So he has to push, and he knows it. Gomez is almost out of reach. Well, FaZe is almost out of reach. Gomez struggling to keep in the DRS of FaZe Pantera. FaZe at 73% ERS. Just behind Lenzy on 4 laps old softs, so his time should come down in maybe 1 or 2 laps. .1 second away. And is he going to be in the DRS range? I think he is, but barely. And yes, he is. What about Gomez? Gomez is out of the DRS range. Lenzy's light is flashing. Let's go through penalties real quick. Lenzy with 3. FaZe with 6. Gomez 3. Tom 3. Sammy 12 seconds. That's gonna hurt. Herbie 3 seconds. Lenikovsky 3 seconds. And Rijad 3 seconds. So if everything goes to plan, it should be a podium for El Trucker. So FaZe is now in the striking range of Lenzy. Easy, going to go for it. I think he will. Burning up his DRS. Lenzy's light is flashing. Is he going to be close enough? Going on the inside line. Going both side by side. And FaZe moves in front of Lenzy. But Lenzy gave him a good fight. And I don't know if El Trucker is slowing down to give his teammate the DRS so SF Rock can't move in front of him. But if it is, then it's a really good strategy. So Mercedes working together. Stan moves in front of El Trucker. Would have thought that El Trucker would have more pace on his mediums. SF Rock 8.5 seconds behind. 5 laps to go. So looks really promising for a good battle at the end. No Jug picks up a 3-second time penalty. We should see now El Trucker moving in front of Stan, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, how come you not like this track? I mean, such a good one. SF Rock, 7 seconds behind both Mercedes. So they're feeling the pressure. El Trucker almost out of reach. Well, Stan almost out of reach, but gets the DRS, so he will be good, I think. Stan's light is flashing. Yes, they are indeed, I think. Surely looks like it. And now Trucker is out of range. Is Stan gonna lift the foot just a bit so his teammate can keep up with him? 3 laps to go now. Well, 4. Stan is flying right now. Three laps to go. 5 seconds separates SF Rock from El Trucker. Is SF Rock going to be able to put himself between both Merc drivers? Time will tell. Rock needs to go for quali lap after quali lap. See a red light flashing in front. .9 now. 2 laps to go. Clearly won't be enough. Unfortunately. Nah, I think that El Trucker is good now. .4 seconds. I mean, there's... Unless mistakes happen, he's pretty much out of range. Or if he gets a penalty. Just have to keep it clean. Nancy picked up a 3-second time penalty now. Still at 3 seconds. Last lap of this race. And Gomez catching up to Lenzi, even though Lenzi, I think, has a lot more penalties. Still side by side in the Senna corner. And Lanzi kept it in front. Lenikovsky now moves in front of Boines. Lenikovsky with another 3-second time penalty. 2 seconds behind El Trucker. Clearly won't be enough. Gomez pushing Lanzi through every corners. Oh, and did Lanzi went for a strategic move? I think he did. And he's gonna get DRS. But will it be enough? So Stan crosses the line first. El Trucker comes in second. And SF Rock completes the podium. So Lanzi went for a strategic move and went for DRS. But I don't think it will be enough. And look how close they are. Is it going to be a photo finish? And Gomez crosses the line, barely in front. So Face comes in fourth. Gomez P5. No Jug jumps to P6 due to Lanzi's penalty. Lanzi comes in P7. Tom H P8. Sammy Jensen, who had an incident, finishes in P9. Herbie clearly didn't go as planned. I mean, he was fighting at the front and finishes in P10. Michael Tibb comes in P11. Lenikovsky P12. Boines crosses the line. I think SF Rock should be driver of the day. And game is good. Giving it to SF Rock, who came from what, P8, I think? P8, P9? Well, Stan wins the Canadian Grand Prix with his teammate on the second step of the podium. So really good for the championship for El Trucker. SF Rock completes the podium for Ferrari in third. Face Pantera fourth. Gomez P5. Really good race. No Jug from P11 to P6. Lanzi from P12 to P7. So good for them. Tom H P8. Sammy Jensen P9. Herbie P10. Michael Tibb P11. Lenikovsky P12. Boines P13. And Rijad in last at P14. So that's going to be it for me today. I think next race will be Bretagne, Silverstone. So see you next weekend. Bye everyone.